Hi and welcome to my unboxing and review of the IFI Pro iCan. It's a professional tube and solid-state headphone amplifier. The Pro line of IFI is new, and you might be familiar with the IDSD, iUSB, iCan, and all of the other products of the IFI line. But this is the Pro line of IFI. It's new and satisfying the absolute top of the audiophile or professional audio line. So what we have here is the T-Rex of headphone amplifiers, period. 14,000 milliwatts peak power. This is, 14 watts, so you basically can drive speakers with it already. So it's an incredibly powerful headphone amplifier that can drive any kind of planar magnetic up to the HE6 with plenty of authority. So what surprised me the most when I opened this box the first time was to see how light and small the amplifier actually is. It is very well made, which we're going into later. You can see here in the packaging that there's a couple of cables in there. Because it was previously unpacked, it's all a bit messy. Usually it's, of course, much tidier. It also comes with a really nice remote control, so you can actually control the volume from far away if you're using it as a preamplifier, which is pretty nice. Oh, I forgot to mention, yeah, it is also a preamplifier if you want to. Yeah, as you can see, it's all in a nice aluminum case. It's very well built. You have all the knobs and buttons in very good quality. I'm just plugging in the power cord in the back. Another thing that IFI does very well is power supplies. As you might know, the iUSB is a USB cleaner or purifier. The iPower, what do you call them? Sorry, power supplies are of very high quality as well from IFI. And this here, as you can see, is also can also be used as a torch at night because it's so bright. Anyhow, yeah, it has an input for 15 volts and 4 amps in the back. And I will go through all of the different connectivity things now. So you have balanced input, 3-pin XLR, 3 inputs RCA unbalanced, and then you also have a balanced output, which is 3-pin XLR for left and right, and the unbalanced one for any other powered speakers or a proper amplifier when you use this as a preamplifier for speakers. In the front, as you can see, all very nice buttons and a lot of connectivity options, but we'll go into that in a bit. So you have here the input switcher from balanced and 1 to 3, other ones, the X bass, the tube mode, all the connectors, then the 3D mode, the gain switch, and the volume knob. All right, let's go to the main part. So now, how to connect your headphones. The cool thing about these 3-pin XLR sockets is that they are also single-ended 6.3mm sockets. So left and right are both single-ended headphone amplifiers. So you can either put in the 3-pin XLR left and right, or 2 6.3mm single-ended headphone jacks. And of course, the 4-pin XLR goes into the middle, which is the balanced one. The sockets are of very high quality as well, all Nutric, and it's very nice to see how well everything fits. But this is not all. So you have 3-pin XLR, the 4-pin XLR, two single-ended outputs that you can use simultaneously. And underneath that, you have a small single-ended 3.5mm socket, which is great. On the right, under the right XLR thing, you have a balanced 3.5mm socket. So this is TRRS. It's the same as HiFi-Man uses in their players. So that's pretty nifty. So you have plenty of connectivity issues. connectivity, not issues, connectivity choices. There, I just pointed into the solid state, tube, and hybrid mode switch, the X-base switch, and the input switch. On the bottom left, you have the power. And here I'm switching to solid state mode. The nice thing about this amplifier is that you can switch everything while it's operating as well. On the left, you have the light that shines through the front panel. And the moment it's operational, it will switch into a different color, into white. At the moment it's green. And you hear a lot of relays clicking and ticking inside the device to make sure that all the different circuits are active. And you just heard tick, tick. Now it's operational and you can listen to headphones with it. On the right side, you have the 3D switch, which is, depending on if you're driving headphones or speakers, if you use it as a preamp, it has a slightly different strategy of how it actually creates more soundstage. Below that, you had a gain switch, 0 dB, 9 and 18. And on the far right, you have a remote control switch. Now that the tubes are switched on, you can see they're nice and glowing. Inside the case, you can see that there's two tubes. One, you can easily see there's a USA branding on the General Electric tube. This is NOS, General Electric 5670. NOS means new old stock. That means it's an old design, but these are brand new tubes. But these tubes might be pretty old. Now switch to hybrid mode. Hybrid mode takes a bit, and then again, you have the white light or yellow light to know that you are ready to listen. Even if you switch the gains while you have headphones plugged in, it mutes the volume output, so you are not destroying your ears. You have a few seconds to take off your headphones and then or pull the volume down before you switch to something else. So now let me, while you see what's going on here, let me talk a bit about the sound quality. So I use this headphone amplifier with all the headphones I have and all the headphones I had on review. And I must admit, it's probably the one headphone amplifier that rules them all. Okay, before I go into sound quality, now that it's on the screen, this silicone back, it's a big silicone pad on the back in order to prevent it from skidding around. For my taste, it is a bit too slippery still. It could be more sticky because this amplifier is so light. It could be really 1 kilogram heavier in order to not easily skid around your setup on your desktop when you put your headphone jacks in and out, because it's such a lightweight construction. High quality, but lightweight. Okay, coming back to the sound quality. IEMs, Aurisonics, Noble, K10s, or just even cheap VE Monks or other $5 headphones. It doesn't matter what you put in there, $1,000 IEMs or $5 earbuds. It drives everything wonderful. Thanks to the gain switches and the direct 3.5mm input, you have no problems, no hissing. You have different of course, modes. You can use the solid state mode, and in the solid state mode, you have absolutely dark and black background. It's a beautiful sounding device. HiFi Man Edition X, HE560, HE400 sounded beautiful in solid state and hybrid mode. The Odyssey LCD2 that I have sounded just phenomenal. Honestly, I have never heard it better than with this amp in tube mode. Dynamic headphones like the HD560 from Sennheiser or the HD800S, I preferred the tube mode with these, but of course that's up to your taste. You see the size of the small device; it's really nice and small. And it's again, if you're in the market for a headphone amplifier and your budget is around $2,000, this is slightly lower than $2,000. This might be the only headphone amplifier you would ever need. It has everything that every connector that you might need. It has a tube, it has tubes, so you can explore the sound of tubes with their smoothness and the power of solid state. You can use it as a preamplifier, and you can also, yeah, as I said, you can drive any headphone with it, from very sensitive IEMs to planar magnetics. There will be probably even an extension to it that you can use this headphone amplifier with electrostatic headphones. And so that is a completely different ballgame as well. This amplifier with 14 watts output, peak output, can drive any planar magnetic headphone. So if you're an owner of an HiFi-Man HE6, which is one of the hardest headphones that I know, hardest to drive headphones I know, this thing can drive it. So again, if you're in the market for a headphone amplifier and you only want one, this is pure endgame quality for a price that is phenomenal in my mind. I'm getting one as soon as it's available on for sale. Unfortunately, this review unit has to go back to the distributor, Samad, and I'm very, very grateful that I was able to listen to my music with this headphone amplifier for a week. It is crazy good, and I have a feeling that this will sell very, very well because it is an endgame headphone amplifier, probably the only one you ever need. So there you have it, a raving review for a raving good product. IFI, well done. And now from the Pro iCan, I'm pretty sure we will see a Pro a Pro iDAC soon as well. And I hope they stack well. They stack nicely and fit on each other like a small rack. And that would be a phenomenal system. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.